So that was amazing. My last question to you is about someone going to America, suddenly taken out of a very successful system here, successful career here, successful social life here, and then being plonked in the middle of a strange country. So, looking back 5 years, what advice would you give someone in your position who's going to land there tomorrow? Or someone who's just landed there and is pretty bewildered by the experience? What would you say to that person?
I have a lot of empathy for that person because I've lived that life and made all the mistakes and cried a lot of tears. So the first thing I would say is, if you are a teacher and you want to continue being a teacher, when you are in India, get all your paperwork together. Get your B.Ed, your M.Ed, your whatever degrees, certificates you have, originals of all of that, and make sure that you have them in your hand and they're signed and all of that. Second, whichever state you're going to, because every state in the US has different laws, write to their Department of Education, visit their site while you are in India, if you can, and look and write to them with all the requirements, so that when you come there, if they need you to do a bridge course or a 1 year or some other requirements, you'll do them. And the third thing in that is, as soon as you land in the US, if your spouse or someone else has a work visa and you don't, get the EAD as fast as possible. The money might be $400, $600, whatever it is. It'll seem like a lot, but it will be worth it. Don't stinge on that.
On the fee.
On the fee. Then, the second piece of advice I have is don't be insular. One of the mistakes I find a lot of us make, particularly in the Indian community, is we hang out only with Indians. And thus, we are losing this incredible learning opportunity. Because you can learn from this culture, from this advanced country, and I'm by no means saying we're not advanced. I'm just saying you need to learn the ways another culture processes information. Because their processing is entirely different. Ours is a scarcity-based mindset very often. Theirs is a prosperity-based mindset.
Correct.
Ours is a mindset of saving. Theirs is a mindset of spending. Now, I don't want you to become them, but I do want for you to learn from them. So if you're sitting at home in those first few months, make sure you go to the library and talk to 3 people. Make sure you go to a park and talk to 3 people. Don't sit there and just talk to people at home and cry and whine or talk about your life. Without it, your social life becomes very limited, and you really have you've changed geography, but your mindset remains the same. You haven't used the learning opportunity.
True. Very true.
Other things I would say you do is, one is expect to be unsettled. Cultural change, cultural shock is normal. Some things will surprise and startle and upset you, and you won't know why. And recognize your body and mind are going through a stress. It's invisible. And to your friends in India, it feels like, "Arey, we've reached the US. We have arrived." That is not almost anyone's story, except that man going to work is okay. Yeah. But that's not the story. That's a facade. So be kind to yourself and learn. It will be hard. Just know that. And deal. And it will pass as well.
True.
Make sure economics actually start playing a very important role. So everything from your counting everything in dollars, dollar to rupee exchange, that lasts for an X amount of time. As soon as you can, stop doing it. You'll start making better decisions. Otherwise, I need chappals. No, you know what? I'll wait for 1 year and go to India and buy chappals. Yeah. And you're miserable for a year. True. And chappal is not so much a problem, but the EAD is, visas are, and there are many other social security is. So make sure you don't allow the conversion to get in your way. Also, you will be economically unstable for a bit. And whether the person you're with is making good money or not, in the first 6-8 months, everything's expensive. You're starting to build that house from scratch. You need to buy furniture. You need to buy 1,000 things because you can't carry everything from India.
Correct.
Don't carry everything from India. Buy a pressure cooker if you want, but everything else you'll get. right?
That's good advice.
And it will pass and it will change. Race is a very interesting thing in the US. Until I reached there, I didn't know I was an Indian. I thought I was Vidushi. Bas. Abhi that time an Indian I came to know because they are looking at me from the lens of color. I had never looked at myself from the lens of color. And so people will sometimes have a tendency to stereotype. They will sometimes have a tendency to put you in a box of, oh, brown lady must be like this.
Yes, of course.
So,
I think we do that also.
yes. Sometimes what we do, I think, in India is a little bit about color of, it's also about color of skin. It's also about
human
region.
nature.
It's human nature.
Weakness, human weakness.
Yes, it's also sometimes a human tragedy.
True.
But once they get to know you, they'll be your friends. True. So it's actually, there is some onus, I feel like, on you to actually make the connection. So one of the things I did was have potlucks in my house where I invited people I met. And just because our Indian strength is hospitality, it is community, it is giving things together, just offering our food. Yes. And these are, my friend Tim would cry because his nose would be running. And he's like, I love this food so much, but I can't take the heat of it. Within 3 meals, over a period of time, Tim's fine. He now eats Indian food for all the time.
Lovely.
And that helped us connect and converse.
That's so beautiful.
Yeah. So it is an opportunity to go to the US. It's an opportunity to live in India. All I ask is be a learner.
Yes.
Don't be insular.
That was a journey. Thank you so much, Vidushi, and all you guys out there planning to go to America. You've got some excellent tips and a lot of wisdom that came from Vidushi. So I hope you will stay tuned in to our channel, subscribe, and you'll have such exciting interviews on this interview segment from really very, very interesting people like Vidushi here. So stay tuned. And do write your comments in the comment box on how you loved Vidushi. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Usha. Generous as always.